Hi, I'm Louise, and this is the Pilates for Busy People weekly show. In this week's show, I'm doing a solo one again to talk about how long you sit during a day. We've done previous videos and shows about this, but this one is just a little different from the ones you've done before, and thinking about ways in which you can bring movement into your day. So let's get on with the show. Hi, so I thought I'd try a different setting this week. I hope you like it, a little bit of flowers. Anyway, I read a stat last week, which was this: 4,000 or fewer steps and sitting for long periods can cause metabolic issues, even with daily exercise. This really didn't surprise me, but does it you? Have you thought in your day how long you actually sit for a day? Don't just think about what you do at work. Let's work it out. So how do you travel to work? Is it on a train? You might not get a seat actually. Is it in a car, bus, whatever? But more than likely you're sitting on your journey to work. Then you're at work. And unless you do a manual job or something that you're moving around a lot, most of us will sit at desks during the day. So how long do you actually sit at your desk? Maybe getting up for lunch, maybe getting up for the odd coffee. Then there's travelling home. So again, potentially you are sitting as you come home. Then you sit down to have an evening meal, and then maybe you sit in front of the television. So if you work that out, that's a lot of sitting during the day. And our bodies are not designed for this. And I'm sure it surprises you how much you actually do sit in your day. So, but you're maybe thinking, it's okay because I exercise every morning, or I exercise every evening, or I go out at lunchtime and exercise, which is brilliant, but it's not enough. It's like that stat says, 4,000 or fewer steps a day can cause metabolic issues. It can cause lots of issues: diabetes, obesity, heart disease, cancers, also, and mental health problems as well. So it's not about the exercise that you do in one lump, which is brilliant, and don't stop doing it. It's about needing to get up every hour as well and moving our bodies. Now, we talked about this in an earlier show, and I'll put the video, the link to the video above. Our bodies are not built to sit down for long periods. They are built to move, and that our muscles are there to support us and hold our frames up. So by sitting, our big muscles, for example, our leg muscles and our bottom, our glute muscles, are getting weaker and weaker as we sit for long periods of times. So I know that I go on and on about this, and if you follow me or my Facebook page or whatever, then you know that this is something that I feel really passionate about, and I want people to move more. And it's finding ways of getting people to move. So a couple of weeks ago, I went to a conference in Belfast, and it was the Social Media Bootcamp Conference. It was the first of its kind in Belfast, and it was an amazing conference. It was in a beautifully lit building, as in lots of windows, lots of light, which is another thing that's really important for your well-being. And it wasn't just sitting. There was a lot of moving around. There was a lot of time where we could discuss things as well. But all the people in that room were small businesses that either work from home or work in small communities. So halfway through the day, I get up on stage and I do a stretch session, a mobility and stretch session with them. It took 10 minutes at the most. And the real feedback that I got was absolutely amazing. People would stop me afterwards and go, I didn't know I needed that, but I feel great now. And that really got to me in a good way, but also in a sad way as well, because people don't realize that they need to move daily. And you get into this sort of zone, don't you, on your laptop, sitting hunched up, and then you move on to the next thing you're doing, and you don't think about you. And it really, really isn't a healthy way to work. So moving as well can have a real impact on lots of things as well for work. So it's something we should be thinking about either as employers, employees, and and especially if you're going to a conference, I think it's really, really important. And, you know, I've done this at a couple of conferences now, getting up and getting people moving, and it's been really positively received. So if you are organising a conference, think about it, get people up and moving, and I'm available to come and do that for you. But getting people moving also has a really positive effect, not only on their own self, but their focus. Because if you get stuck on something, you're sat at a desk, sitting at a laptop, it's not going to help. So get people up and moving. It helps on creativity, and it just makes you feel better. And these days, we need that in our lives, our stressful lives. We need to work healthy. So how can you bring more exercise into your day? And again, we've done various shows on this, so I thought I'd just bring it all together. We had, I think it's in show 2, we had my physio on who told us all about the effects of sitting for long periods on the body, and it is well worth going to listen to. And then we did another one, the number 3, which was all about snacking exercises and little exercises that you could get up and do, like squats and lunges, just moving your upper body, moving your arms. But you don't need to necessarily do that. These are brilliant, so if you can, do them. But there's other ways you could help yourself. There's standing desks, which are brilliant and don't need to cost a lot. You can just get ones that you put on a desk, so to get you standing for a few periods in your day. Walking meetings, again, another show that we've done with Moira Mackay was on standing and walking meetings. And again, how that produced a lot of creativity, a lot of honesty in meetings, and just got people walking and feeling better about themselves. But there's other things that you can do, especially if you're at home. You can, when you're on the phone, stand up, walk around. If you need to go and see someone, if you're in an office environment, don't send them an email, go and walk up and talk to them. And the most important thing, why don't you set an alarm on your phone, on your watch or whatever, to get yourself up and moving, even if it's to go to the kitchen to get a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. If you work from home, why not get yourself walking around the garden if we ever get over this wet weather? So we need to make sure we move. Remember, we are not designed to sit for long periods. That's what's going to cause us back problems, as well as all the things I've said earlier. So bringing more movement into your day is really, really important. And I'd love to hear how you bring movement into your day. So do let me know in the comments below. But if you're not sure what to do, then come and join me every Thursday at 12:30 on my Facebook page. And again, I'll put the link below, where I do a live desk to stretch. If you can't make it at 12:30, but if I was you, I'd put it in your diary as an appointment. We just stand up from our desk, move away from our desk, and do some standing stretches and mobility exercises that just make you feel so much better. Stretching out all those areas that you tend to not realize are stiff, or you're holding your tension in, so that you can feel better and get back to work. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and it's just given you a bit of food for thought. Remember, come and join me on my Desk to Stretch on my Facebook page next Thursday. There. So any questions, any comments, do leave them below. And if you have any ideas of what sort of shows you'd like me to do, any areas of fitness or health that you would like to hear more about, then do let me know, and I will see if I can find a guest to come on and talk about that. I really hope you've enjoyed today's show, and that you can find some ways of bringing movement into your day. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss another show. We've got some really exciting guests coming on in the next couple of weeks.